We will now have the release of the KLE Law Journal 2021-22. May I now request Honorable Mr. Justice Alok Aradhe, Acting Chief Justice of Karnataka, to kindly release the KLE Law Journal. I request the other dignitaries to kindly join in.
Thank you, dignitaries. I request Honorable Mr. Justice Alok Aradhe, Acting Chief Justice of Karnataka, to address the gathering. Sir, please.
Honorable Mr. Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya, former Chief Justice of India, who has graced this occasion through virtual presence. Honorable Mr. Justice Abhay Srinivas Oak, Judge, Supreme Court of India. My esteemed colleague, Brother Justice B. Veerappa, Judge, High Court of Karnataka. Mr. Justice Dinesh Kumar and other esteemed colleagues of the dais. Mr. Prabhuling K. Nawadgi, Learned Advocate General, Mr. M.B. Nargund, Learned ASGI, Mr. Shanti Bhushan, Mr. Arun Shyam, Mr. Venkatesh Nayak, Law Secretary, Dr. J. M. Mallikarjunaya, Principal of KLE Societies, Law College, Bangalore, Mr. Sridhar Prabhu, Member Secretary of the Organizing Committee, staff and students of KLE Societies, Law College, Bangalore, learned members of the Karnataka Judicial Officers Association, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to everyone. It's heartening to note that a large number of young law students like you are exploring an option, career option in the judiciary. It's indeed my privilege to participate in this seminar in which legal luminaries like Honorable Mr. Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya and Honorable Mr. Justice Abhay Srinivas Oak, Judge, Supreme Court of India, who was also my Chief Justice in the High Court of Karnataka, are present. The subject of today's colloquium is relevant to the young and committed law graduates who are looking forward to judiciary as an option. It takes more than a degree and an interest in law to become a judge. One should have an element of serving the society and concern for well-being of the society. If you have these perquisites, career in judicial service should be a natural choice for you. Chapter 6 of Part 6 of the Constitution of India deals with subordinate courts. Article 234 deals with appointment of judicial officers other than district judges and provides that appointment of persons other than district judges to the judicial service of the state shall be made by the governor of the state in accordance with the rules made in that behalf. Article 235 speaks about control over subordinate courts and vests the power of control in the High Court. In All India Judges Association versus Union of India, Honorable Supreme Court held that the state government and the high courts may consider making outstanding law graduates with aptitude for services to be eligible, along with advocates of certain standing at the bar. It was further held that if an intensive training is given to young and brilliant graduates like you, it may not be necessary to prescribe 3 years of practice in the bar as a condition for entering judicial service. A direction was also given to the high courts and the state governments to amend the rules so as to enable the fresh law graduates to participate in the process of recruitment. It was also recommended that training of not less than 1 year and preferably 2 years should be imparted to a fresh recruit to judicial service. Thus, the conditional precedent for 3 years practice has been dispensed with. But with my experience, I have been a member of the committee recruiting civil judges, but I would advise you all to put in some practice and then try for recruitment to the post, because your experience as an advocate at the bar will always help you in performing the duties. Though we subject the candidates so recruited to intensive training in our judicial academy, but experience, as they say, has no substitute. The recruitment to cadre of civil judges in the state of Karnataka is governed by Karnataka Judicial Service recruitment rules. Under the rules, a law graduate who is an advocate is eligible to participate in the process of recruitment. The recruitment to the post is made under the rules. So far as recruitment to the post of district judge is concerned, 25% of the posts are filled up by direct recruitment from the bar through written and oral examination, whereas 65% posts are filled up by seniority cum merit through promotion from among civil judges. Remaining 10% of the posts are filled up by way of limited competitive examination from amongst senior civil judges who have completed 5 years of service and are below 45 years of age. Our state has a sanction strength of 1,364 judges in the district judiciary. The cadre of district judge has a sanction strength of 374 posts, whereas cadre of senior civil judges has 437 posts. Similarly, in the cadre of civil judges, 533 posts are there. The process of filling up of the posts is a continuous process, and we take it up on a continuous basis. I am happy to share the data with you with regard to recruitment of civil judges in the state of Karnataka for past 4 years. The number of applications for recruitment to the post of civil judges in the year 2019 for 56 vacancies was 740, whereas the same has increased nearly 5 times to 3,469 applications in the year 2020 for 53 vacancies. 4,021 applications were received for 94 vacancies in the year 2021. This year, the number of applicants has again increased and is an all-time high, that is 4,328 applications in respect of 58 posts. Learned Advocate General and my esteemed brother Justice Dinesh Kumar has already apprised you about the recommendations of National Judicial Pay Commission. After the recommendations of National Judicial Pay Commission, judges get an attractive salary and several perks and allowances. In addition to basic salary, the judicial officers are entitled to various allowances like dearness allowance, sumptuary allowance, medical allowance, petrol allowance, newspaper allowance, and robe allowance. The judicial officers are also entitled to an accommodation and rebate in electricity and water charges and are also entitled to leave travel concession. An opportunity to serve as a judicial officer is full of promises. It is a highly prestigious and respected job. A judge has an independence in his working and gets an opportunity to foster constructive and positive changes in the society. The judiciary acts as a guardian of the Constitution of India and protects the fundamental rights of the society. A judge gets an opportunity to serve the society and performs a divine function of imparting justice. A judicial career also faces challenges. Judges are responsible for administering, interpreting, and applying the laws. A life of a judge is not a bed of roses. It requires a lot of hard work, dedication, and determination. A judicial officer has to function under a public gaze, and therefore his conduct needs to be unquestionable. A civil judge is the face of the judiciary and has to interact with the litigants. The judges therefore must have good communication skills in the courtroom with stakeholders and the litigants at large. The judges are required to be well versed in many areas of substantive and procedural laws and should know how to conduct the proceedings of the court and should not shy away from making decisions. A judge has to tackle with mounting arrears of cases. In order to have an effective judiciary, judges need to adopt to technology, which in turn will reduce huge amount of paperwork. The court needs to be fully digitized with a proper infrastructure should be built to provide for an easy access to litigants. The information technology has to be more effectively used in the judiciary. The cases have to be grouped and classified wherever possible for wholesale and speedy disposal of the cases. The courts have to adopt case management tactics and to improve the efficiency of staff and to train them. There is a need to encourage alternative dispute resolution mechanism. The judges are required to maintain ethical standards. The government, which is one of the biggest litigants, has to take steps to simplify the procedural laws and to minimize litigation. In state of Karnataka, we have Karnataka State Judicial Academy, which imparts qualitative training to newly recruited judicial officers. From time to time, various refresher courses and training programs are also held for judicial officers. I invite all the young and bright law graduates to join the judiciary and to perform their social obligation. At the end, I would congratulate the organizing committee for selecting a topic of today's deliberations which is of relevance and concern to the students. I wish the student community all the very best as well as a bright future. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your informative words.